can do to prepare at home. You want to get food, canned food that will last you for a while. Also bottled water. Make sure you have that first aid kit that is stocked along with your medicine for the week. Baby formula and pet food, and definitely warm clothing and extra blankets. We're tracking about a quarter to up to a half inch of ice here across the metro, and that will lead to significant impacts. Likely some power outages across metro Atlanta. Definitely hazardous travel beginning Sunday. And then for those areas that are under that ice storm warning, could see a half inch up to that inch of ice. We're talking widespread, long-lived power outages. That's something you definitely need to prepare for, and impossible travel as well. We'll take you through the exact hour-by-hour timeline coming up in just a few minutes.
Ashley, thank you.
And for us, and you talked about the impacts that are probably going to be lasting us several days. Let's talk about the weight of freezing rain across the metro. We could be talking about the potential of up to a half inch of ice on a 30-foot wide tree. That's from branch to branch. That adds about 3,500 pounds to that tree, which is equivalent to over 400 gallons of milk. That is extremely heavy. And then on top of that, you add in the wind. Now, I don't think we're going to see a lot of trees coming down tomorrow night, but that impact is going to start to pick up throughout the day on Sunday as winds remain breezy, coming in at about 25 miles an hour. And then by early Monday morning, we have those winds driving in out of the northwest. And so we'll have these impacts for several days. And these power outages could be lasting us into next week, along with that treacherous travel. So your 5-day forecast with that weekend always in view. That wind, and we're looking at the potential of over a half inch of ice. Definitely going to be causing destruction, especially over areas like Gainesville up near Lake Lanier. That is where we're looking at the bullseye of the highest totals. Now, Metro Atlanta, we are at the potential of a quarter of an inch up to a half inch. Some isolated amounts could be higher than that. Anything above a half inch of ice is going to cause widespread power outages and down trees as well. So what we are expecting on the southern side of the metro and off to the east, significant impacts on our winter storm severity index. It's level 3 out of 5. And then this area in red that we've been highlighting for a few days now, that is where we are expecting major impacts that could be lasting us several days. So you need to get out and prepare today, because once this event starts, you're not going to be able to get out on the roads. We'll talk more about when we could see some improvements, and we'll likely see some melting coming up in just a few minutes. East Georgia going to see the highest impacts, but now we are still expecting power outages and hazardous travel, almost impossible, from northwest Georgia into the metro. South metro, like you mentioned, a cold rain mixed in with some freezing rain, likely some ice accumulations, but definitely not to the amount that we are expecting in northeast Georgia. On top of that, we have to talk about what's coming behind the system. Another push of Arctic air moving in, and temperatures are barely going to get above freezing Monday afternoon. So that means we probably won't see any good melting on the roads really till Tuesday afternoon. So we're going to be talking about this for several days. We'll continue to fine-tune that forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Ashley, thank you. Happening now.